yesterday, well, a couple days ago, my game had a bug which you couldn't run in the debugger and step through or reproduce easily.
Just look at it. Just look at it. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. The player's moving into this little ship here. What? Did you see that? Okay, so they bounced off of the ship, and then it bounced back to like...
That behavior would cause weird artifacts while playing the game that looked like this. And it would happen kind of frequently. But I figured it out. I figured out why it happens. Here's a timeline of frames in the game. Well, this is for the server, right? 16.6 milliseconds between every frame. 60 frames per second. Notably, the same amount of time between each frame. This is known in the game dev world, a fixed time step. Because it's fixed, it doesn't change, right? But the world isn't so kind to non-servers. You might have a much smaller time period between frames, like 7 milliseconds, because you have a 144 hertz refresh rate monitor. Or maybe you're lagging and then there's like 32 milliseconds between frames. It's like extra stretchy because you're just running it on a potato. Now, the way I dealt with this before is I just, ran the game with less time between. I thought that was a fine enough issue and it actually worked pretty well. But these subtle glitches were actually caused by me changing this amount of time by slight amounts that the game processes. And so the work I've been doing today and yesterday is making everything fixed, not just on because the server side it was already fixed to 16.6 milliseconds for every processing time, but on the client side prediction, it's now going to be a fixed time step. However, this has introduced a slurry of other issues which I'm still in the middle of fixing. And not only that, but there seems to be some more stutteriness, Like just this change seems to have added just like a new level of jank. If I show you a screenshot of a profiler of my game, this is how you figure out what's taking up lag and time in your game. It is the same timeline I was talking about, but it's got a lot of boxes that show you how long different parts of the program took. So this is like a frame. This is networking inside of that frame. This is deserializing data. You'll see, it's kind of odd that deserializing is such a big part of the frame. I'm going to need to figure that out because that shouldn't be happening. But wait a second, I have a 60 hertz monitor and yet these frames are taking, 18, 20 milliseconds just because all the stuff in it. It's just really, really intensive to predict all of these frames now. And so the game is running slightly behind. It's lagging. It's the stretched out problem here. That's all I got for today. Very short because I have finals right now.